Look, Anne, there's a very good possibility that it's no more than a fibroid cyst. Many women develop them, especially as they approach middle age.
But it could be the big one.
I can't lie to you, yes it could be, but I think you should wait and see before you let your imagination run riot.
Sounds like we've got another escape on our hands.
Have all the women taken to the recreation room for a head count, Miss Ferguson?
Yes, Governor.
Well, I don't know how they're doing it. Security's never been tighter.
Well, I don't understand why Goodlove would want to escape in the first place. She's only got 3 weeks to serve.
Let's hope it's a false alarm.
There's not a sign, and I've searched the second level thoroughly.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. Oh, the police will be here soon. Would you see that they're sent straight through?
Right.
Oh, and would you also see that the radio links through 3PB are suspended immediately? We have to take every precaution we can.
Right.
No luck, right?
Not even a hint. You look a bit tired.
I've been better.
Why don't you go home and get some rest, and I'll hold the fort.
Thanks, Colleen, but I have to be here when the police arrive.
You can't tell them any more than I can. Besides, you're going to need all of your strength tomorrow. Harnsworth's going to come down like a ton of bricks.
Yes. Okay, and thanks. But you will call me if I'm needed.
Yes, I will.
You're finishing late tonight?
Yes, I am.
I've just finished giving D section their pottery lesson. I spotted you coming. Don't run out at me, Anne. I've thought of nothing but you all day. We've got to work this thing out before it's too late.
I'm not in the mood for heavy talk, Wally. There are too many other things on my mind.
What could be more important than us?
Not now, please.
Look, we've spent the past 5 months caring very much for each other. Now it's all going down the drain. Look, we've got to talk about it. Tonight. Now.
Governor not here.
No.
Where is she?
I suggested she go home. She looked pretty tired.
Funny how some people crumble under a bit of pressure.
If I were you, Miss Ferguson, I'd keep my personal thoughts to myself. Unless, of course, you do want to repeat them to Mrs. Reynolds. Now, do you think we can get down to these extra security measures?
Anything you say, Mrs. Powell.
Good. The police will stay on to patrol the perimeter fence until the escape route is located. All security gates are to be kept locked at all times. Prisoners to be kept under constant surveillance. And the lock-up time each night will be varied, just in case it's being used against us, the regular routine.
I don't think the governor would agree to that.
I don't think she'll mind. She gave the order herself, just before she crumbled.
Anything else?
No, thank you. That'll do for now.
Hi. Can I go to my cell, Mr. Bridges?
Is it really necessary, Judy?
Yeah, I want to get my jacket. It's as cold as a polar bear's bum in here tonight.
All right, I'll have to come with you, though. None of the prisoners are allowed on their own at the moment.
Sure. Well, it looks like Randy got off okay.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, but you know for sure, don't you?
Well, let's say I think she's a lot happier where she is. You don't look too happy, Judy.
Oh, well, I've seen better times.
Yeah, it must be especially difficult for you coming back in here after all the work you did at the halfway house.
I can't say it's been easy, but that's the way my luck goes, I guess. Maybe it'll change one day.
Maybe it will, Judy. I've got a feeling your troubles may be over sooner than you think.
Thanks, Mr. Bridges. Thank you very much.
Nothing to thank me for.
Okay, then I'll just live and hope, eh?
I don't know, it just seemed as if you didn't care about me anymore.
It's not like that, Anne. I just felt shut out, like I couldn't reach you.
Wally, it's difficult to explain. Things have been rough at work, and there's Paul's problem. Nothing seems to be going right.
Look, I think our really big problem is that we've been thinking for each other instead of saying what's in our minds.
Yes, well, it's an easy trap to fall into, to be scared of talking in case you say the wrong thing.
Right, let's go back to the beginning, eh? What was the first thing I said or did that upset you?
All right. It was after Paul kept on about us moving in together. You made it plain that you'd rather live alone. I know it's silly, but I felt rejected. Even though I've been quite happy about our arrangement.
Man, I'm sorry. I just thought... Look, that's another example of what I've been talking about. No bloody communication. You can't just throw hints at a bloke like me. I can be as thick as a brick sometimes.
Yeah, you're right, Wally. And if we're going to get back together, there's something I have to tell you.
No. First off, I've got to tell you my confession.
Confession? That's a heavy word.
Remember the last time we made love? You suddenly turned on the cold water tap, and I thought you wanted me to go.
It wasn't what you thought.
No, let me finish. I felt really bad about it that day. I thought you meant it. And that last night, I really laid one on myself. And I finished up in the cot with Sam.
Sam Russell. Well, thanks a lot, chum. I really needed you that night, but in typical male fashion, you dropped your dummy and ran off to the first easy lay you could find.
Oh, that's a bit rough.
I couldn't agree more. Is that why you're trying to crawl back in with me?
Hey,
You frightened you'll find someone younger, more her style.
come on, I don't even care about it.
Well, that's a pity, because as far as I'm concerned, you can run off to her for sympathy any time you like.
Oh, Anne.
Go, just go.
I'll see you. Oh, but I didn't think you were supposed to show your cards to the other players.
Men means that she's paid to see your cards, so you lay them out on the table and we'll see who's won.
Oh. How do you get 2 aces, 2 jacks and 2 queens?
God, you're supposed to have thrown one away, you silly little bugger. You got 1 card too many.
But I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? Well, I don't know much about poker, but I know you're supposed to keep the aces and... Well, the jacks and queens look so cute together, I couldn't separate them.
Oh, Pixie, you're hopeless.
Come on, you lot, pack up. Back to your dorms.
Oh, God.
Nowhere near locked
Don't
up yet.
argue, Hunt. Come on, the lot of you, move out.
This time I've been winning for months and you had to bugger it up.
I'm sorry.
Watch your mouth, Birdsworth. Come on, Mason, move it.
Can't even have a decent game of cards now.
One more word out of you, Birdsworth, and you'll be on a charge.
Come on, Lizzie. You got enough matches here to sink a battleship.
I didn't expect to see you tonight.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, just another attempt at creating a culinary masterpiece, that's all. Here, do you like a drop of this?
Oh, thanks. How are things?
Not bad. I'll feel a lot better when I get this bloody trial over and done with, that's for sure. Not a bad drop, huh? You know, if you keep looking like that, this stuff's gonna curdle.
Oh, sorry, Paul. I just had a bust up with your mother.
Oh, yeah? Bad?
That's an understatement. God, I don't know. Look, I thought I knew her, but lately I just haven't been able to get through to her.
Yeah, she's been uptight, all right. I think the job's getting her down.
Something is.
No, I wouldn't worry, Wally. Lovers have got to have a blue every now and then to clear the air.
Look, how about you and me, we go out somewhere and we sink a few?
I'd like to, but Sam's coming over for supper. We're going to talk over the testimony.
Ah, trust me to barge in. I should have realised.
It's okay. Look, there's plenty to go around. Anyway, she'll probably want to have a chat to you too. After all, you were in it from the beginning. You're not going to run out at me now, are you, mate?
Of course not.
Well, you can't even go to the loo without having big flat feet following you.
Yeah.
I wonder how long all this will go on.
What?
All these new extra security measures.
Huh, probably just as long as it takes for them to find something else to torture us with.
Oh, damn.
Oh, hang on.
That was very clumsy, Johns. Hurry up and pick it up.
Fair go, Miss
Shut up,
Ferguson.
Brian. You're getting warmer.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realise you were so close.
I suppose you think that was clever, Johns.
What's clever, Miss Ferguson?
Take it easy, Johns. You'll be too smart for your own good in a place like this.
Oh, come on, it's not lock-up time yet.
Lock-up time is an hour earlier. New security regulations.
You're something, aren't you, kid? Oh.
All set.
Toothpaste.
I prefer shoe polish myself.
Oh, I'm glad you find it amusing when a prisoner makes fun of an officer.
You mean one of the women deliberately squirted toothpaste on you?
That's right. Johns did it. Dropped her toothpaste on the floor and pretended she couldn't find it.
Pretended? She probably doesn't know where the toothpaste is. She is blind, you know.
She is a criminal and a troublemaker, and she shouldn't be in here if she can't handle it.
Come on, Joan. She's only been blind for about a year. What she needs is help, not discipline.
She can't be that helpless. She isn't here for gun running. Anyway, we're not equipped to cope with handicapped criminals. The sooner she's transferred out of here, the better I'll like it.
So far, Johns has given the staff absolutely no trouble whatsoever.
That is your opinion. I've got far too much to do to be babysitting blind gun runners.
Leave the dishes while I'll fix them later.
She's right. You and Sam get on with your business.
I didn't know you were house trained.
Just show me where the tray of litter is. I know what to do.
He's a bit down tonight.
Yeah, I noticed. OK, down to tin tacks. Now, Carney Dents is still our only hope of proving that you were set up, Paul. I've got a gumshoe tailing her.
A gumshoe?
Yeah, you know, rent-a-fuss. Private eye.
Oh. Any news on Ray Foster?
No, not a thing, but don't worry, I'm giving it my best shot.
I've been a real mess without you, Sam.
Well, you're still in a mess, but hang in there.
Well, it's getting late. Time I was off.
Me too. I've got a heavy day tomorrow.
Thanks for supper, Paul.
Yeah, you cheer up, Will. It'll be okay.
You take your own advice, right?
Right.
Well, good night, Paul. Great chow.
Hey, you missed.
Have you got your ute?
Oh, no, it's off the road again.
I can give you a lift if you like.
Oh, thanks.
What's the problem, Wally?
Oh, does it show that much?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Anne and I have had a blow.
Serious?
Very. It's finished.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Really? I never meant to come between you two, you know. But let's face it, you did lead me to believe you were on the market.
It wasn't your fault, Sam. I just didn't realize how much I thought of her until, I blew it.
Why don't you let me make you some coffee? Well, it might help to talk about it. No strings, okay? And you don't have to stay the night. Unless you want to.
You've just made me an offer I can't refuse.
Bryant, Donovan, Mason, and Stevens, laundry.
Lucky you picks hit the jackpot again, eh?
Shut up, Mitchell. If you've got nothing better to do, you can clean the corridors.
Nah, she's right. I've got plenty to do. It's all against regulation.
Mitchell, move to the gate. You're wasting our time.
Miss Ferguson?
What?
Couldn't I work in the laundry? I need something more active to do.
No way. You'd be a danger to yourself and everybody else too.
Well, surely there's something I can do that doesn't need sight. What about folding sheets?
I don't see that could do any harm, Miss Ferguson. As long as the other women are prepared to watch over her.
We'll see she's safe, Mrs. Powell.
Oh, many hands make light work. We'll get so much more done.
Right, Johns. Laundry.
And allocate Hewitt, will you? Come on, ladies, off to the laundry.
Hewitt, workshop. The rest of you move out. Hewitt. Now the radio link's been cut. You'll have to contact fellows by phone.
I thought all phone calls were being monitored.
Then I'll monitor yours. And don't try anything smart, Hewitt. Otherwise that little dust-up we had is going to seem like a folk dance compared to what I'll do to you. Get out.
Thanks for a great night, Wally.
No, thank you.
When are we going to get together again?
Let's make it soon, huh?
Okay, slide your hands down to the bottom and up again. Right, you've got it.
Fantastic.
You do learn fast. I'll break it up, will you? I'm not entirely useless, you know.
Sorry, dear, of course not.
Here we go, another one. That's right. I'll tell you one thing, Belinda. You'll be pixie at this job, hands down.
Oh, don't be awful, Judy.
I'm glad they let you work, dear. There's nothing worse than sitting by yourself in those depressing cells.
Yeah, it's much better in here in the depressing laundry.
What is wrong with you this morning?
It's a joke, Joyce. That must be Sonia, right? You work the sewing machine, don't you?
When the feeling takes me.
Oh, I didn't know you had feelings, Sonia.
Butt out, Brian. Nobody asked you.
Oh, I wish I was good at sewing. I'd make a dream of becoming a waitress, find the escape route, and have a wonderful time hiding out with my ex-husbands. Wouldn't they be surprised?
Oh, yeah, I'll bet.
That's enough of that silly talk, Pixie.
What did I say?
I don't want to hear any more talk about escapes. You've only got to look around to see how much trouble it's caused the rest of us.
Oh, I wasn't really serious, Minnie.
I know that, but now's as good a time as any to say it. If anyone tries to escape now, they're not only being selfish, but very, very stupid.
Want it all to yourself, do you, Minnie?
Such a shame you can't use that intelligence in a positive manner, Sonia. The brain stagnates when it's channeled only into one area. Creates a bit of a pong after a while.
I can't understand why the police haven't picked up at least one of them yet.
Yes, unbelievable. 3 escapes in 2 weeks. Papers are having a field day.
Well, something will have to break soon.
I hope so. Any other time something like this happened was when we had a girl called Sandy Edwards in here. What is it?
This article on unsolved murders. I know this woman from somewhere, but I can't think where.
Martha Bridges. That's a coincidence.
Oh, God. David's photograph of his mother.
Murdered 6 years ago. Oh, poor David.
This would be pretty hard to take, wouldn't it? Especially knowing the killer's still free. Anyway, I better go back and do some work. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Come in.
Oh, morning, Mrs. Reynolds.
Morning.
Just checking to see if the arrangements have been made for Fisher's trip to the hospital for the mammogram.
Yes, Mrs. Power booked it. She'll give you the details.
Right. And how about you? Have you seen Dr. Bascom yet?
I caught him at surgery last night.
And?
He's checked me out thoroughly.
Is he planning any tests?
He thinks it may not be necessary. It's possibly just a swollen gland. Should be back to normal in a few days.
You gave him my note.
Yes, of course. Now, look, I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me, Scott. I appreciate your interest, but I've got other more important things to worry about.
Morning, Meg.
Oh.
Anyone notice I'm late?
No. Joan's busy elsewhere.
I practically ran the gauntlet out at reception. Mrs. Barry said she'll smack my bottom if I do it again. She's a funny stick, isn't she?
Ah, you have to watch these motherly types.
What's this? Something I'm too young to see?
No, I just didn't want to upset you.
What are you talking about?
I found out about your mother.
Sorry?
Oh, her murder. It's all in there with all those other poor women. Sorry, David. Must have been awful for you.
You're not making any sense, Meg. Yeah, well, she does look a bit like my mother, but she died 15 years ago.
Bloody lovely, isn't it? Bit hard to call this place home with a screw looking over your shoulder all the time. Yeah.
Okay, ladies, I'll be back to pick you up in 15 minutes.
Mr. Bridges, may I have a word with you for a minute?
Yes, of course, Minnie. What can I do for you?
These escapes, they're getting a bit over the top, aren't they?
Minnie, if the women are finding freedom, surely you're happy for them.
Well, I'm not, because the women in here are getting less freedom each time someone goes. And why Randy, for heaven's sake? She only had 3 weeks to serve. It was a very stupid move on her part. She'll get caught and get 6 months.
But she won't be back, Minnie. None of them will.
I wish I had your confidence, Mr. Bridges.
You've got nothing to worry about, Minnie. Believe me.
Yeah? Well, I'm going to be out of this place so fast my feet won't even touch the ground.
And there'll be more police crawling about the place. Don't be so selfish, Phyllis.
Oh, you can't blame anyone for wanting to try and get out of here, men. If I didn't have me family, I reckon I'd have a go myself.
Yeah, well, just try and stop me. What the hell are you doing, Belinda?
Just learning where everything is.
Yeah? Well, let me know when you get bored and I'll rearrange the furniture for you.
I don't get it.
It's not funny.
Oh, don't you take any notes of her, love. You got plenty of friends in here without her.
Doesn't matter to me either way.
Oh, good day, Mrs. M. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Lizzie. The governor wants to see you.
Yeah, what for?
Your son's here?
Ripper. Do you bring the kids?
It's a school day, Lizzie.
Oh, well.
Geez, Lizzie's lucky. Wish I had someone to come and see me.
Just think of us as your family, dear.
Yeah, if Mr. Bridges keeps up the good work, Cass, you'll have plenty of them removed cousins.
Okay, now you can tell me why you opened your big mouth to the freak, and it better be good.
Thanks to you, she was blaming me for blackmailing her.
That's no reason to lag, lady.
Reason enough for me. Nobody sets me up without getting it back twofold.
Set you up? Balls! I cut you in on my dope racket and you stabbed me in the back.
The racket's in here are mine, Hewitt. And don't you forget it. That's if you want to be cut in on the profits.
You're unbelievable, you know that? I don't need you. The licenses are ready and that takes care of the next drug drop. I'll hire my own sales lady.
Not on my patch, you don't.
Oh, who's going to stop me?
Look, Ferguson prefers to work with one lady, and that lady is me. If we continue to fight with each other, we make nothing. If we work together, we make a fortune.
Okay. But just remember one thing. Any more lagging, and I'll personally bust your ass.
Hi, Sam.
Oh, glad I caught you.
Head for the kitchen. I'm in the middle of a sandwich masterpiece. Would you like a sandwich then?
Oh, no, I just might give that a miss. Look, I've got some great news.
Yeah?
Ray Foster works for Lionel Fellows.
So we were right.
What's this we, white man?
Sorry, you were right. So Fellows did set up this Kylie Dents to recognise me in the lineup.
Got it in one.
What's our next step? Can we prove that Fellows is behind all this?
You're very busy this afternoon.
I don't have to be.
Good, because I think it's high time we had a nice little chat with Miss Dents.
Well, can I finish my sandwich first?
Yeah, go right ahead. Do you do that?
Big mouth.
Well, you said it, not me.
Oh, Dr. Bascom. Yes, it's Scott Collins here, doctor at Wentworth Detention Centre. Yes, that's right. Look, it's about Anne Reynolds. Has she been to see you at all? I see. I thought as much. Look, I've diagnosed a non-malleable lump in the right breast. I suggested a mammogram, but I don't think she's going to take my advice. So I see. Yes, well, I'll try, Doctor. Good. Thanks for your time. Bye now.
Sorry, I guess I wasn't meant to hear that. Oh, hell. Poor bugger.
Hope you can stick around for a while, love. God, doesn't he look a tough, Mrs. Reynolds?
Lizzie, could you take a breath so that I can tell you what Mr. Charlton's here for?
Yes, sorry, Mrs. Reynolds.
We've just been discussing your parole hearing tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Do you think they'll let me out this time?
I'm sure they will. And I'll be putting in my personal recommendation as well.
Thank you, Mrs. Reynolds. She's not a bad sort for a governor, is she, love?
I can't deny that. Thanks for everything you're doing for Mum, Mrs. Reynolds. We can't wait to take her home for good.
Yeah. Now, don't you get your hopes up too high, Lizzie, just in case.
No, I'm not worried this time. What with your condemnations, I'm sure to get out.
I hope you're right. Meanwhile, Mr. Charlton's brought a picnic lunch.
Oh, I haven't had one of those since I can't remember.
Well, Mrs. Reynolds, would it be possible to have it in the gardens?
Of course.
I'll see to that, Mrs. Reynolds.
Thanks. Well, until tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be here bright and early. And thanks again.
Oh, come on, love. Let's check up on that picnic basket before the person who's looking after it gets all the best bits.
Oh, Lizzie.
I'm only joking, Mrs. M.
Is she going to be able to cope?
What do you mean with the job?
Oh, yes, I do mean the job, but I know this sounds callous, but there are certain people in here who'd love to see her go down in a heap. I would like to help her if I can.
Well, I wouldn't worry on that score. She's a pretty strong lady. And what everyone's forgetting is that the lump might not be malignant at all.
Well, what are the chances that it is?
About 1 in 7.
Oh, God, that isn't too hot.
No.
Obviously why she's putting off having the examination.
Yeah, quite understandable, but not really solving her problem.
Look, Scott, if she has got cancer and she doesn't get treatment, is there the chance?
Yes, she'll die.
Oh, brother. God, I reckon it's a bit too cold for a picnic, love.
Yes, I think it is too. Look, how about you have your lunch in the staff room?
Would you really let us, Mrs. M?
Yes, I think that'd be best.
Oh,
great, yeah.
good on you. Come on, Arthur.
speak when you're spoken to, Hewitt.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, now I'm looking forward to meeting your friend Mr. Fellows.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
When do you think that might be, Hewitt?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Don't get smart with me.
You were there when I made the phone call. He'll contact you, I guess. Then with any luck, he'll kill you.
Ah, we all have our little fantasies, don't we, Hewitt? Pity yours aren't going to come true.
Oh, really? Good on them. When did they think that up?
Not long after your first visit.
Oh, Arthur. It's gonna be wonderful. I just can't wait.
That's the 100th time you've said that, Mum.
Yeah, I know. It's because I really mean it. Where will I sleep when I'm at your place?
Look, it's your place too now, Mum.
Yeah. Our place.
Well, we've moved Mike and Kevin together, so you'll be having Kev's old room.
Oh, will they mind?
Oh, of course not. They've already started decorating it.
Yeah? What have they done? Have they painted the walls lilac? I think Kev knows that that's me favourite.
Now, Mum, they want it to be a surprise.
Oh. Arthur, I hope the parole board lets me go. I don't know what I'll do if they turn me down this time.
They won't, Mum. Of course they won't.
Well, I don't know whether it'll do any good, Colleen, but the Minister has spoken and we will obey.
How many women does he want transferred?
About 6 to 10, depending on where we can slot them.
I suppose it'll make surveillance easier, but otherwise, I doubt it.
Yes, we don't want to lose Donovan. She's a stabilising influence on the women.
Excuse me, Governor, the requisition forms you wanted.
Thanks, Miss Ferguson. Sonia Stevens is a possibility.
Excuse me, are they the transfers that the Minister requested?
Yes.
Well, Governor, in my opinion, Stevens is absolutely no trouble at all. But her cellmate Hewitt is quite another matter.
Oh, yes. She's just out of isolation, isn't she?
Yeah, that's right. She went hysterical, wrecked her cell. Well, she's got all the markings of a real troublemaker. I think we'd be much better off without her.
OK, I'll put her on my list of possibilities.
I'm sure you'll find it's a wise move, Governor.
Yeah, well, what do you reckon about Tracy and Randy and Mary Adlam? Do you reckon they escaped?
I don't want you to go on about it, Cass, dear. No more talk about it at all now, do you understand?
Yeah, oh, sorry, Min, it's strange, but isn't it? You've got to admit.
Well, it is, dear, but that's enough, really.
Okay, Min.
Hey, Belinda, want a smoke?
Yeah, sure, Phil. Belinda!
Oh, Belinda, watch your step.
Sort of stupid tricks that, Phyllis.
Not funny, Phyllis.
Oh, you got no sense of humour. I reckon it was hilarious.
You all right, dear?
Stop fussing, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. It was very cruel.
Oh, shut up.
She could have hurt herself badly.
Yeah.
But she didn't.
Just shut up and leave me alone. I don't want your help or your pity. I've got to learn to look after myself. And I'll do it my way. Thanks for the lesson, Phyllis. I'll remember not to trust you in future.
Belinda.
Just leave it, will you?
This is a hive of industry. Keep up the good work, ladies.
Thank you, Mrs. N.
Hey, how'd you go, Lizzie? Geez, you was gone a long time.
Yeah, we had a lovely lunch. I saved you some for afters. And guess what? Tomorrow's parole day, and Mrs. Reynolds is going to front up for me. This time tomorrow, I could be out of here.
Oh, Lizzie, that's wonderful.
Bitch wouldn't front for me, unless it was to put the knife in.
You don't deserve it. Lizzie does.
I can feel it in my water. I'm leaving. Just think, my own room, all lilac, in my own home, with my own family.
Oh, I'll say it, whatever it is.
You mean you don't know?
Well, I'm flying things by the seat of my pants, yeah, but don't worry, it'll be all right.
I hope so.
Trust in Sam.
What do you want?
Just thought you might like to know that perjury is an offence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever been to jail?
No.
Well, You're about to find out what it's like. Should be an interesting experience for you.
Listen, you can't come here saying things like this. I could call the cops.
Fine. Go ahead. And we can tell them how you're such a good friend of Ray Foster and his boss, Lionel Fellows. How much did they pay you, Kylie? Is it worth going to jail for? Or can we talk about this sensibly?
You'd better come in then.
Thank you, Kylie. Oh, come on, relax. You look like that sandwich got stuck in your throat.
Well, she's given us a statement.
Oh, thank God.
I won't go into the ethics of what you did, Miss Russell.
That's very nice of you, Inspector.
We've decided to drop all charges against your client.
What about Fellows? He obviously set this up to pay Paul back.
I can't prove he had anything to do with it.
Oh, why is it that the big guys always get away with everything, huh?
It's the way of the world, Miss Russell, unfortunately. But don't worry, we'll get Fellows one of these days.
I hope it doesn't take too long. He's caused me enough trouble for a lifetime.
You're very lucky, Mr. Reynolds. You got off light compared with some people who get in his way.
And what about Foster? Can we do anything about him?
We're out looking for him now. And the charges will stick this time. Thanks to you, Miss Dance.
And thanks to you, too. Well, what do you say we go down a few to celebrate, huh?
She's the best solicitor I've ever come across. Always got an answer for every situation.
Thank you, Inspector.
Bye.
John Ferguson. What? Mr. Fellows would like a word with you.
Well, that was quick.
He doesn't like wasting time. I'd suggest you get a move on.
I'm glad you saved me some tackle, Lizzie. That dinner we had wouldn't have fed a chook.
Trouble is, you got a Huey Duck appetite.
Bloody jeez. Bobby moved it a few moments ago, dear. It's not your fault.
So the light was shining in my eyes. Calm down, Bobby. Min wasn't having a go at you.
Yeah, well, I don't see why we should have to nail everything down just to suit her.
Yeah, equal rights for the side at Ayfield. Shut up, you two. You're giving me the irrits.
Well, just because you're getting out doesn't mean we all have to be laughing our bloody heads off.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything too pleasant. Mitchell, your trial is set for tomorrow morning. Be ready to leave after muster.
Oh, geez, thanks for bloody nothing. Why didn't someone tell me sooner?
Perhaps they didn't think you needed to know.
So where's me solicitor?
You'll see him tomorrow.
Oh, typical. Just because I've got to use legal aid, I'm treated like dirt.
Yeah, equal rights for the poor, eh, Bobby?
Yeah. What about me rights, Mrs. Powell?
I'm sorry. I don't run the department.
Wish Bridges was on duty tonight. I'd be over the wall right now. You haven't got a chance in this bloody joint.
Ooh, look out, Minnie. Looks like your little chick's going to break out of its coop.
Oh, that's wonderful news, Paul. Will you be home tonight? We could celebrate. That's okay. No, don't be silly. You have a good time. Yes, bye.
Oh, just caught you.
Yes, by the skin of a phone call. Good news one for a change.
Oh?
Yeah, oh, no. The department hasn't changed its spots. It was Paul. He's had a few problems lately, but they've all been ironed out.
Oh, great. Mitchell wasn't too happy about her court case tomorrow. Wanted to see her lawyer immediately.
Well, I hope you told her that we can't be held responsible for legal aid staffing problems. Sorry. Hard day. Oh, and I haven't had time to finish that list of women to be transferred either.
That's all right. I can put it together tonight.
Oh, could you? Thanks, Colleen. I'll run through it with you tomorrow.
No worries. Anne?
Yes?
The reason you've been tense lately.
Or just tired. Could do with a good night's sleep.
No, I know about the lump.
I beg your pardon?
Scott told me.
He had no right.
Don't blame him. I overheard a telephone conversation.
I see. Well, thanks for your concern, but my doctor's checked it out and everything's fine.
And I know that that isn't true. You haven't seen your doctor.
It is still no concern of yours.
Listen, Anne, if you don't get treatment and that lump is malignant, you could be risking your life.
Look, Colleen, thank you, but I don't want to talk about it. I'll do what I think is best. Now, I must be going.
Yes, but why take the risk of throwing your life away just because you're scared? Does your son know yet?
I repeat, it is none of your business. Good night.
Sorry.
Miss Ferguson, I presume. I'm getting tired of you, Miss Ferguson. I don't know why you're hassling me like this. I thought my latest message to you would be my final.
We have things to discuss.
I don't discuss things, Miss Ferguson. I decide them. Right now, I'm trying to decide just what to do with you. I don't think the world would miss you too much. What do you say, Ray?
Be better off, I reckon.
Ray knows what's right. It's a pity you don't. I really dislike the messy side of this business.
I'll fix it for you, Mr. Fellows.
Of course you will, Ray.
You're not even going to let me tell you why I wanted to see you.
No, Ferguson. I've spent enough time with you. All right, Ray.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. Around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the night